Wednesday. This is Netflix's foray into the Addams family world, featuring, of course, Jenna Ortega in the titular role. We do, of course, as well have the lovely and incredible Catherine Zeta-Jones as Morticia Addams, Luis Guzman as Gomez Addams, Isaac Ordonez as Pugsley Addams. And then we've got a really wide-ranging cast. We've got Gwendolyn Christie as the principal, Larissa Weems, nice to see her. We have Ricky Lindholm as Dr. Valerie Kinbott, Jamie McShane as the sheriff, Tyler Galpin, played by Hunter Doohan. And the list just goes on and 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 on. And you know what? This is a series that I actually really enjoyed. I didn't think I was going to. I mean, it's basically a coming-of-age story set in the Addams family world. We open with a really funny and quite sort of scene setting. It just sets the stage for the Addams family sort of dynamic. Pugsley is in Wednesday Addams' locker. Gets him out, touches him, and then boom, psychic ability kicks in, and she has a vision of what just occurred and who the bullies were that locked Pugsley Addams in her own locker, or in her locker. And then she goes to them, they're playing water polo, and she releases piranhas, and one of them loses a testicle. Really sets the stage. But anyway, of course, she gets expelled for attempted murder, or was going to be done for attempted murder, and goes to Nevermore. Now, Nevermore Academy is basically like Hogwarts in this world. It's a world where werewolves, gorgons, sirens, all manner of mythical monsters coexist with humans called normies. And obviously, all these individuals go to Nevermore. They're called the Outcasts, basically. They go to Nevermore Academy, which, funnily enough, you know, of course, we've got Edgar Allan Poe was essentially the reason why Nevermore came to be and was called Nevermore. And then, from here, we basically go into a murder mystery. But it's essentially a Hogwarts-style coming-of-age story set in a more gothic, bloody, maybe more monster-filled universe. There are a lot of monsters, and I really enjoyed this. Way more than I feel like I should have done. This is 8 solid episodes. They're each about an hour long. The average one is about an hour, somewhere like 45, 50 odd minutes. But they're about an hour long on the whole. And it is so incredibly well acted. Jenna Ortega as Wednesday Addams is brilliant. Now, there was a rumour going around that she never blinks. She does blink. In fact, quite a few times she blinks. But it's seemingly at a point in which her character starts to feel things which are uncomfortable to her norm. So, bizarre conversations where she's sort of glitching out and actually starting to, you know, drop maybe the charade of being emotionless. And it's really quite good. She does genuinely not blink for an awful long time, but there are moments where she blinks. But she's really good as the character of Wednesday Addams, and just stellar. Like, the whole cast is actually really decent. They're all really likable. Now, don't get this muddled up. This is not an Oscar performance from anyone. This is not going to be winning any major auteur awards. But as something which I guess, you know, you look at Fantastic Beasts and things like that, and most young adult series out there, what they try to capture, this captured brilliantly, and then some, in leagues and leagues and bounds above what most of these young adult series are doing these days. There are some mild references to like the patriarchy and things like this, but it's very funny. I saw some bizarre complaints going around that Wednesday Addams is just the bestest at everything ever, and actually she's not. If you watch the whole show, she's not remotely the bestest at everything. She's very adept at a lot of things, but she's not the best. She's not the best. She's not a Mary Sue, and she does get things wrong, and this is her evolving, character developing during this season. And I hope there's going to be more, coming. Like, I genuinely hope there's going to be more. Again, I surprised myself by liking this. I thought this was fantastic. Very, very good, in fact. Strong recommendation, in fact. It's not boring by any stretch. And it is a murder mystery, right? We're trying to... There's this big monster afoot. We don't know quite who it is. Oh, it could be this person. Oh, it could be that person. And I was genuinely, you know, reasonably thrown off the scent of who it could be. There was some semblance of who, you know, I thought it was going to be. That obviously ended up this, you know, I ended up being right. But it dodged and weaved quite nicely, where they set something up and you go, oh yeah, it could be that actually. And then we get the actual one and you're like, oh, okay, cool. So it works really, really nicely on that level, as well as a murder mystery. Now, Thing is in this. Thing, you know, just the hand. So good. I don't know. I mean, I'm presuming it's CG. But if it is, it's seamless. Like, it's seamless. It's amazing. And if it's not CG, and it's someone in a green suit, and their hands, the only thing out, I mean, it is seamless. I don't know how they did it. I'm going to have to look at the Netflix behind the scenes stuff, because I am really blown away by that. It was absolutely fantastic. There are some scenes which are obviously going to be CG. But there are some stuff where this thing is in, where I can't quite tell what it is. Animatronics, a person, I can't quite tell. And it's great. Uncle Fester's in this. Obviously, he gets revealed in the trailer. Bit of a shame that they revealed that. There's a lot which they revealed in the trailer that they shouldn't have done. But all in all, this is just great. It's a standout season. Netflix has been coming out with some bangers recently. Weirdly. But they are actually getting some good stuff. I mean, this was inevitable, I guess. Unless they're just going to bankrupt themselves. They obviously have to produce some good content eventually. But this is great. Obviously, Tim Burton has his name attached to this, but he didn't create this. This is from Goff and Miller. Or Millar, or Go and Millar. And the writing in this is just excellent. Not all the acting lands. Like, Uncle Fester's acting is a little bit weird. But I think it's because he's supposed to be a bit weird. Catherine Zeta-Jones as Morticia. I don't 100% buy her, or I didn't initially. But as she starts to sort of get into the character, or that we see more of the character, I do quite buy her. Luis Guzman, I thought was great, actually. You can really see the sort of passion and devotion that he has to Morticia, which is obviously an Addams family trope. And the actor that they got to play Pugsley was great. I thought he was... That's just Pugsley through and through. They nailed that. They absolutely nailed it. All of the special effects in this is just really, really good. There's nothing major as a negative about this whole show. The only negatives that, you know, you sort of look at with respect to a show like this comes in the form of what type of show it is. You know, it is a show for young adults. So it's catered for young adults to a certain degree, and some of those elements don't land for adults. That's fine. It's really not a big deal. But all in all, it's amazing. The set pieces were great. The music was great. The cinematography was great. It's just great. It's well worth your time. Well, like, I watched it across two afternoons, well, an afternoon and a morning, and you won't be disappointed. Strong recommendation from me to you. If you've seen it, I'd love to hear what you guys think. Drop it down below. Did you watch it all, or did you check out? Because that's the caveat. That's what I want to hear. But please do give this video a big thumbs up. Please do share it. YouTube's just been wrecking channels recently and just not notifying anyone of any content and just not showing content to people. It's really frustrating. So please do interact with this video. It'll go a long way. It really does help me out, and it costs nothing. So please do. Cheers, guys. Take care.